evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome back to another episode of Dad Can We Talk? I am your host, Gabe Dorsey. I thank you for joining me on today. Today I originally had a very different show planned. Last week you all tuned in as I talked with my father, and we got through some things that were key in our relationship. But due to some circumstances around my own life, I decided to go a different direction. My uncle, Elder Benjamin Powell Sr., passed away. My uncle Benny, and it didn't really hit me until after I got the news how long it had been since I had seen him, how long it had been since I had heard his voice, got to talk to him, how long it had been since I had talked to my aunts, or talked to my aunt, or talked to my cousins, just to check in on them and say, hello, just to see how they were doing. And I know usually I come on here prepared with a topic, but today I just want to tell you all that life is too short. None of us are guaranteed a certain amount of time on this earth. None of us are, we're not aware of what's going to happen when God calls us home. And I know, as cliche as that might sound, it's the truth. Life is too short. It's too short for the bickering and the petty and the going years without speaking to family. It's too short for just, holding grudges and holding on to unforgiveness and walking around angry. It's, compared to how long Earth has been here, compared to how long, the universe has been here, human lives are short, man. We don't get as much time. We don't get a lot of time. I know you see people, living to be 100 or so, but not everybody is granted that amount of time. And we have, families go through stuff. I won't sit here and act like, families don't. I won't act like things don't happen. You might bump heads. You might, somebody's feelings might get hurt every now and again. Things might occur, but it's not worth it. Honestly, it's not worth, again, the whole going years without talking to your aunt or your cousin or your brother or your sister. It's not worth that. At the end of the day, your family is gonna be all that you have. When everything else fades to black, when everything else, when friends go, when money goes, when the job goes, the house, the car, whatever the case may be, all that you're gonna have is your family, is your loved ones. That's all that you're gonna have. So if I don't do nothing else today, I would tell you to go call your loved ones. Go call your family. I know people got family group chats and things like that. If you can't call them, if leave them a voicemail. I'll take it a step further. If you can jump in the car and go see them, do that. Go spend time with your loved ones. Go, a call, a text message, a message on Facebook, a DM on Instagram, a FaceTime call, a voicemail, but just let your family know that you love them. Let them know that you know you're there for them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Don't I know life gets in the way. I know we get caught up in our lives, and I know it's hard to pick up the phone. I know, you got your own thing going on, and I know the other person got their thing going on, but you know, we only get so many moments, to spend time with our family. We only get so many moments, and to cloud those moments with arguing and bickering and being mad at each other and doing what you can to get back at each other, and it's at the end of the day, man, it's just not worth it, and I know that this is Dad Can We Talk, and usually, I'd be talking about things related to fathers and sons, or children relationship with fathers, but today I just I admonish you, I implore you, I beg you, call your family, spend some time with your family. Like I said, I understand that life happens, but when you get those moments, when you find yourself in that moment and you realize, like, you having a good time with your family, and it's laughter and it's love, those are the moments that you have to hold on to, because you don't want the person you've been upset with, or the person you've been angry at, they leave, they go home to be with the Lord, and now you're stuck with all these feelings and all this unresolved, these unresolved issues. You don't. That's the last thing you really want to happen. So whoever raised you, if it was mom, if it was dad, if it was mom and dad, if it was grandma and grandpa, if it was just grandma, if it was just grandpa, if it was auntie and uncle, if it was just uncle, if it was just auntie, just call the people that you love, call the people that you care about, call your family. And it's if the state of the world today doesn't make you look around and say, you know, it doesn't drive you to reconcile, which if you don't get it now, you're never gonna get it, man. You have people losing their loved ones on a daily basis nowadays. You have people just transitioning, going home to be with the Lord. It feels like daily. So if you can look at the world today and don't think that it's time to make amends, it's time to let go, it's time to forgive, if you just gonna continue to hold on to whatever it is that you feel wronged, I don't I really I'm just asking you, like, today, you gotta let it go, man. You have to. I know, the world today will tell you don't have to forgive people. You can cut family off. You can, no matter how they did you, you can, I know that's what gets thrown around a lot today. But if I could tell you anything, is you only get, and I know you got your mom's family and your dad's family, but that's really the only family you get. That's it, man. And I know we all got friends that become family, and we all, you family extends to more than just your immediate family or your extended family. But if you do nothing else today, please just call your family. If you got children, spend time, hug your kids, tell them you love them. If spend time with them, because the moments they're precious, man. They're so precious. And when it's time, you don't want to be left with bad memories. You don't want to be left with that bitter taste in your mouth, or that ache in your heart because you didn't get to say this and you didn't get to say that. You didn't, I wish I had done this, or I wish this had been different, or I wish that had been different, or I wish I had done this differently. If you can look around at the world today and still want to hold on to that grudge, still wanna be angry, if you can look at look at everything. I know, the news gets overwhelming, and it's hard to process one negative thing after the other, but if you can look at all that negativity and decide you're gonna contribute to it, I'm gonna just pray for you, because there's and I know that, can't nobody do you dirty like your family, but on the flip side of the same coin is can't nobody love you like your family. So if if you can't, I mean, I can't think of a better time than right now. Like, I can't think of, I mean, last year happened, and this year's happening, and I know, we're getting to the end of the pandemic, and I know we're getting to, the end of having to be quarantined in the house and everything. But I mean, my God, like, this, there has to come a time where you just decide for yourself that, you know, things got to be made right. I know we would all love to be right. We would all love to get the satisfaction of being right. We would all love to get the apology and, the vindication of being right. But I don't think being right is worth valuable relationships, worth sacrificing relationships with your loved ones. I don't see how that's worth all of that, man. I really don't. I'm I think about when my grandmother passed away, and I'm glad that the night before she transitioned, I told her that I loved her. I gave her that hug, because you don't know how many more of those you got left. You don't know how many times you're gonna get to say I love you. You don't know how many times you got left to be angry, to be upset. You don't know how many times you have left to not pick up the phone, to not call. We wake up each day, and we all live in life really on a day-to-day basis, because, you know as cliche as it sounds, it's the truth. Tomorrow isn't promised to anybody. Tomorrow is promised to none of us. And you you don't want to let, you know some of us let years go by, some of us let months go by, some of us let days go by, and we want to hold on to our pride, and we want to hold on to wanting to be right. And sometimes it's bigger than just being right. It's bigger than your pride. It's bigger than wanting to be, wanting to have the I told you so, or wanting to have the last word or the last laugh. And sometimes it's bigger than that. Like, it's so much bigger than that, because, as angry as you may be, as upset, as hurt, as betrayed as you may feel, there comes a time where, like, I can't imagine, I not getting the chance to make things right with my family. I'm grateful to God that I was able to, because I couldn't have seen, I couldn't have seen, myself go down the road without speaking to my aunts and my cousins and even my father and my grandfather. I couldn't do that, you know. And I know sometimes, we're not gonna, we're not gonna get the response we want. We're not gonna, everything's not gonna be kumbaya. Everything's not gonna be immediately smoothed over, and life is gonna go back to being, the way it was. Everything's gravy again. But at least for yourself, we can't control what other people do, but for the peace in yourself, for the settling of your spirit, for the just for you, to reach out and regardless however you may feel about me, I love you. I thank God for you. I'm glad you're still here. I love you. Like I have a brother I have not spoken to in I couldn't tell you, and I've been angry at him. I've been upset with him, and I can't make him talk to me. I can't make him, address me. I can't force him to have a relationship with me. But I I I gotta love him. I gotta love him. I gotta tell him I care about him. I'm thankful he's still here. I'm thankful for his success. I gotta tell him that because I don't know when I may not get any more chances to do so. So if you do nothing else today, excuse me, if you do nothing else today, talk to your loved ones. If you can, go give them a hug, go see them, go give them that love that they need. Go, like I said, everybody I know, every majority of people got family group chats and got things like that, and just send that text, or send that message, or whatever, however the communication comes about. Just let them know that you love them, because we don't know how much time any of us has left. The only person that knows that is God. So while you here, just you gotta do your best to love people, to love, to just it does us no good to walk around holding on to these things that we feel slighted, and we feel wronged, and we feel this and that. It does us no good. And you may not get that message back. You may not get that response. You may not get that I love you back. But that's okay, because if if it was all over tomorrow, at least you did your best to make it right. You did what you could to patch things up. And if you don't get that response, you gotta. It is what it is. You gotta keep it moving. But at least you did what you could. So again, just I beg you today, just call your family. Um, call your family. Call mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles. Just call your family. They're at the end of the day, family is all that you have. And it's all any of us have, is just where we come from, and the people that love us. Because you can take away all the material things, and at the end of the day, all that's going to be left is love. Is really, it's from our family. That's all that's going to be there. That's all that we got. So just spend as much time with your family as you can, because you never know when you're gonna run out of that time. when that time is not going to be there. You never know when, none of us know when our time is up, you know? And so there's no reason to keep walking around holding on to all the negativity. There's no reason to keep holding on to all the bad and stewing and sitting and talking about all the you don't know how this person did me and you don't know how that person did me, and you're right, I don't know. I have no idea, not the faintest idea. But what I do know is that if you don't say it to them now, you're gonna regret it when you never ever get the chance to say it to them at all. Um, that's all I got today. That's all I have for you today. Just just please just call your family. Um, I wish you all a blessed week, a blessed rest of the day. That's all I have for today. God bless.